Alrighty, ladies and germs, are you all ready for some more Iron Gods?
Yes.
What if I say no?
You know, if you said no, we would still do it, but I would just, it would be kind of awkward. I might cry a little bit, you know.
Oh, wait, you'll cry out stream?
What else is new?
Perfect.
Shut the fuck up. Alright, so let's get this thing started. I'd like to ask anyone who's watching along or more just inform. Ask, what's the verb I want to associate with this?
Demand.
Demand? I'll just say
Seduce?
in this case. Seduce? Oh, okay. Let's go with that one. That's more fun. I would like to seduce our viewers into, if they like what they see, it's funny to follow that with that, to please hit the like button and smash that subscribe button. Oh, smash is also pretty funny to associate with the term. Okay, moving on. And on to the next thing. Let's introduce our players for this game, the game that we play on Tuesdays. Foist! We have Peter Hastings, played by one Matthew Thompson. Say hello, homeboy.
Hola.
All right. Next we have Sarah Hitchkin, played by one Scott Caffey, and we'll also pop up the little thing for Scott's little familiar, Salt, the giant-ass wasp.
Yes. A giant ass wasp?
A giant ass wasp. I mean, okay, so maybe that's the thing, huh? It's Calistria, so, goddess of seduction and whatever.
We are butt men.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever asked. Is Salt thick?
This is very
Better than a
important to
snicker,
know.
yes.
This is very important.
Question.
I try to fly around all stealthy and such, but the clap of my ass keeps alerting the what was the
robot.
flying
Myrmidons.
myrmidons.
All right.
Ah,
Next, of course, we have one Taryn Gates, played by Kyle Hyatt. Say hello, homie.
Howdy.
And finally, speaking to us through the fifth dimension, we have Vaughn Warneyes, played by Sir Chaz. Say hello,
That's me.
Chaz and party.
Hello, Chaz and party.
Fuck you, Chaz.
Say hi, Bailey. You're on record.
Bailey, say hi.
Well, fuck you too, Bailey.
aw, she's shy.
And there she is. Okay.
No, none of that.
Hey, Guinea.
Oh,
God.
I thought she was really loud.
Bailey, if you're being held against your will, scream twice.
She can't hear you.
Thank God.
Oh, she's screaming. Oh, she's being held.
No, there's only once. It's only once. It doesn't count.
And our last little introduction, the NPC Isuma, the Kasathan gunslinger who has been following the party since the 4th chapter. And with all those little introductions out of the way, we can get this bad boy started for the next episode of Pathfinder's Adventure Path, Chapter 5 of Iron Gods, The Palace of Fallen Stars.
Yes.
Alrighty. When last we left our intrepid heroes, what did they get into? Ah, yes, they had, they were just escaping the events of the night markets, where they had gotten to purchase some technological things very illegally within the confines of Starfall. And they ambushed well, it's not much of a technically ambush, but they were able to ambush and then stop the theft of a technological artifact that the party now has a hold of. And in doing so, they also almost took down one of the 12 main technically captains. There are several of them, but there are 12 in particular that the party needs to keep in mind of. And one of them was a being known as was it the Shade? I forget now.
The Shade.
Ah, yes, the Shade. A rather lovely lady. Let's see if we can pop her up on Where the hell is it? Oh yes, here she is. Bing. Come
Had a
on.
better.
Yeah, she's a lovely critter, wielding a techno whip, which was able to slice through steel and adamantium as well as a hot knife through butter. But having defeated her, she fled and allowed her cyborg body to heal up before counter-ambushing the party at the beginning of the game. And it was then that she was very soundly defeated, and the party was able to, you know, kind of get the loot and loot, scoot, and boogie. But whilst they were celebrating their victory against this minor victory against the Technic League, a big ass alarm got raised in the Starfall, and the Technic League saw that someone was deciding to poke their heads in places that they shouldn't, and decided to remind everyone who's in charge here. Several Myrmidon robot enforcers were sent out, and many of the battle guards that are stationed around the city began going around and looking for anyone that looked interesting enough to question, demanding their papers and enforcing those who failed to do so for whatever reason they failed.
Fuck you. Thanks, Josh.
For this next episode, the party will not be waking up in their usual area of the Ashen Mound, the inn that they had been staying in this entire time, because it has been burned to the fucking ground.
You could
It is
say
now
it's an
an
Ashton Mound.
Indeed. It's almost as if I had thought of that name, knowing that this was going to happen. Anyhow. So.
Nah, you can't plan that far ahead.
Okay, yeah.
I can't play
Total
that.
coincidence.
So.
I bet you just read the next page whenever it comes up.
Oh, yeah, really. I definitely didn't create this entire adventure path after like several days of effort, weeks and ahead of time. I didn't do any of that.
You totally didn't read all of the books all the way through.
I'm glad you're admitting it. You know, it's the truth's coming out.
The party
It's
wakes
very,
up
very freeing.
in the kill box in another location of the Mockery's providing. The Mockery, of course, being the group of rebels stationed within the capital of Starfall that have been providing whatever resources they can to assist in the party's efforts of knocking the Technic League out of Starfall. So, as I said, we are going to say that a couple days have passed. It's about 2 days after the events of the previous session. You all have gotten a bit antiquated with yourselves. Everyone's fully healed up. It's currently about 11 a.m. noon time in game. The Technic League has really cracked down on Starfall. Groups of robots can be spotted in the streets, marching here and there, all over the city. You can guess who they're looking for.
Aldo?
Yeah. They've not yet found him yet. He's a rather elusive one, that Waldo. But the party has been having to kind of keep their heads down for a bit and let things die off.
It's been how many days, Luke?
2 days.
2 days? Cool. 60 more hours read on my book.
There you go. All right. So, I am then. You all are kind of housed up in some shitty shack of a building deep within the kill box, provided, as I said before, provided by the Mockery. And I would like to ask my heroes, what would you like to do?
We
Plot my
wanted to.
revenge.
Yeah, I was gonna say we wanted to head to the. Didn't we want to hit the castle first to try to get the Black Sovereign on our side, or at least not on their side?
That sounds like as good of a plan as any to me.
Or do we? Well, see, we have okay, we have the brain in a jar, Ferris, who has knowledge of how to get into the Technic League area, right? But he's not gonna help us once he has a body, most likely.
Yeah.
He's just gonna he's either gonna be like, haha, surprise, I lied, or he's just gonna fuck off entirely. So I mean, it would make more sense to hit the castle first, right? Or the what's it called? What's this Black Sovereign's
His name?
No, what's the building that he's in? Is it palace?
Yes,
castle?
the Palace of Fallen Stars.
Ah, right.
Title drop.
So my logic to support that would be, we're already deep in the shit. We might as well go for the whole hog.
We have 3 technical paths currently on how to do that.
I'll remind the party again, just because it's easy to forget these details. There are 3 different resources you can ask at the moment. There's Theris Holiard, the brain in a jar, who is a high-ranking lieutenant of the Technic League. Well, he was. He still has his memories, but he's just a brain in a jar. There's Cassandra Lee, who you can speak to at any time, but you guys
Yeah, we haven't talked to her.
I've never
days.
spoken to her. Ever since, like, you woke her up and she talked to you a little bit, and you turned her off, and then that was it. And finally, there is Mockery himself.
Then there's the weird voice over the intercom.
Oh, yes. The strange voice that you've who contacted you right after the night market.
Oh yeah. Can we
The mysterious
like if
message.
we activate the earpiece thing, can we make a call from it, or does it only receive?
Yes, you can make you can either make or receive calls with it.
And I've wired it through the Decan Jackass's speaker.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a speakerphone now.
Yeah. You can also just take it off of it if you wish. It functions both ways. Kyle,
Yeah.
you've got a lot of background audio coming out of
Yeah,
your
I'm about to shut my door. Because people in this apartment are being loud as hell.
Lol.
Alright, we're back. We're back. We're in the sack.
Then you just start hearing like gunshots and sword fights and shit.
Don't tempt me.
Sounds like a Tuesday.
It's a Tuesday in Louisville.
Dude, if I hear sword fighting in Louisville, that I'm gonna drop what I'm doing to inspect this. Gunshots, that's every day.
That's a given.
sword
That's
fight.
always
That's
happening.
normal.
But a sword fight, now that's an occasion.
Indeed.
Let's. I mean, we do have these resources. Let's talk to people. Who do we want to start with? I mean, we might start with Mockery just to see what their.
We can
Ideas
talk to
were-
Mockery and see what their opinions on Theris, maybe even Cassandra Lee, and this mysterious stranger. We've been working with the Mockery for a while, so
I mean,
I don't know that we want to tell them about Cassandra Lee. I think we would rather just say, like, leave her as a source that we have, but not actually tell them about.
yeah.
Hey, we have an AI in our pockets.
Yeah, I think Cassandra Lee's probably become.
Because I feel like that would be enough that you could have somebody turn traitor, and just
Oh,
be
yeah.
like, oh, well, I'm just gonna sell them to the Technic League.
Yeah, plus I think Cassandra Lee's gonna be more useful when we get to actually getting into Silvermount. That's the name of the place with this the crash starship, correct?
Correct. Yes. Starfall is actually
right, we gotta
positioned
go
in a way
there.
that kind of
Ooh.
Starfall is positioned in a way that actually hugs Silvermount. I'll do this. Boop. There you go. Starfall is the city. So at the bottom of that, Silvermount is the mountain in the background.
I forgot we
So
also
this
have to
road is
eventually get in
leading up
there.
the mountain.
Correct. Yes. And you can see that little hill in the middle of the city. That is the Palace of Fallen Stars.
So this 6 and 7.
Yes. 7 is the Technic League compound.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think when it comes to infiltrating the technically compound, infiltrating the Palace of Fallen Stars, I think the Mockery is going to be our most useful tool in that, just because they probably already have like at least a loose scheme in place to get in there, and we'll just be the ones that do the actual dirty
Yeah,
work.
and we've done the things that they asked us to.
Yeah.
So we should probably check in with them like, hey, what was the next step of your plan after?
As if oddly on cue, there is a knock at the door. You all kind of have like a large sitting area that you've kind of just made a little headquarters at the moment. You're given quite a large amount of comforts for the area. Pleasant cushions, the best that Starfall can provide at least. They're probably stolen from Sovereign's Watch, but, whatever. Make for little sleeping areas in the neighboring spot. There's also places that, like, coffee's brewing if you want it. That kind of thing. It looks like a larger meeting area, like an office space, I guess you could say. But there comes a knock at one of the doors, and it's not waited on a response as the elf woman who kidnapped Terran previously. Terran and Isuma.
Oh, that one. The one that
She
I'm-
comes to the door and makes contact. She has her skin tone is like a purplish pink, and she has, of course, very tall, pointed ears, and her eyes are jet black, solid black. Her hair is a lime green color that you can see under her hood, and she looks to the group of you. She doesn't say a word for a moment. It's kind of awkward. And then she just kind of knocks without turning around, knocks on the door behind her, and after a moment, it opens, and then the Mockery himself, I should say, steps through.
During that awkward silence, Taryn just kind of looks at her and says, "Have you come to kidnap me again? Because you're doing a terrible job."
As you say that, there's a bit of a chuckle from Mockery as he steps through, and he says, well, would it be so terrible if we've already gotten you here? You have been locked up in here for 2 days now. He scoots up a chair and sits down and relaxes, sitting there. He then goes to take out what looks like a cigarette, kind of. Or it's actually more like an e-cigarette kind of deal. Technology and whatnot.
Death sticks.
He then...
An IHO stick.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, if we're going to go by 40K standards. But yeah, no, and he starts working on that and then takes a draw from it, holds it for a moment, exhales. So, any plans? We've done quite a good job of pissing off the Technic League. You have any plans of actually seeing them defeated now?
We were just about to ask you the same question. We wondered what your next steps were for freeing the Black Sovereign.
So we're freeing him then. And he puts the thing down after taking
Or at
a
least-
long draw from it.
Trying.
Oh,
Freeing
so-
if we can.
I see.
I mean,
Well,
it doesn't matter if he's not on our side, just as long as he's not on the Technic League side.
accurate. So, you needed some assistance, some pointers then? Because I'd be more than willing to provide what we know.
Yeah.
Well,
if
we
you-
have multiple options, ways to go about it.
Accurate. So,
If you want to go ahead and roll initiative, I'll roll initiative.
I'll roll initiative.
15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15. 15.
Wanted
You
to
care to
make sure
share
that our
any of them?
ways line up with your ways.
And what would those ways be?
Have we told him about Can Jackass yet?
I think so.
I think we
I
have
think we've
two.
mentioned. Yeah, I think we've mentioned Theris, but I don't think we've mentioned Cassandra.
No, I'm not gonna bring up Cassandra, but I pull out Theris.
Mm-hmm.
I
You set him on a table with a clang.
said, "There's always this guy who knows his way in and out of the Technic League."
Oh yes,
then-
rubbing his chin and like leaning into the thing. He kind of uses one knuckle to king 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 on the jar. Is he awake right now?
No,
And he's
But he
like
can
way too
be.
close to the glass, looking at it.
You
And
would
then
know
if
if he
you
was
look-
awake. He can't shut his mouth.
His
then if you
mouth
look down
too.
here, and I point to my ramshackle rewiring job, we've been in contact with somebody else who wants to help. No clue who though.
That brings a high eyebrow from the mockery. He says, "Someone else within Starfall, I assume."
Yes, with
Someone on
access
the
to
inside.
technology.
I think it's more someone within the Technic League itself, a higher personnel.
He gives you kind of that fucking you what now?
We
Look.
took this earpiece. We took this item off of a Technic League captain, and someone was speaking to them through it.
He says, "Wait, is it on right now?"
No,
He gets up really quickly. If this is a higher ranking member of the Technic League, they could be listening in right now.
it's off.
You sure?
Yes?
Yes.
Yes. That is enough to confirm that it is deactivated. It is not listening in. Rolling a 49 engineering. Bravo.
Jeez, God. But I say, I gave them a big, long, and intimidating speech thing. I've been practicing it for a few days. It didn't quite come out the way I wanted it to, but they did say that they were willing to cooperate. Now, we didn't get a name or any specifics, the important stuff. But we do know that they don't want to be, they don't want the Technic League to be functioning in the manner that it currently does. By that I mean at all.
He says, I strongly doubt that that is accurate. If that is a member of the Technic League, anything that they have told you is more than likely willing. It's done in a means of attempting to find some higher way up in the totem pole, so to speak.
That's true, but the
The
current
League
control doesn't work for
is
us.
full of tricksters and snakes. Completely. You can't believe a word they say. If this person does indeed want to assist you, it is definitely to ensure that they come out on top somehow.
They can try.
He then looks at you, Vaughn, and says, I mean it. You have to be careful with these people. You all are powerful warriors, and clearly you are skilled adventurers to have made it as far as you have, but the League is very dangerous, as you have seen what they've done to their own city within the past only 2 days.
That is true. Hence why we're coming to you instead of speaking with them.
The one of the two bodyguards that followed Mockery in here says, we've lost around 30 members of the Mockery already within just these couple of days with the increased security. Half of them were only caught in the crossfire, just from pure chance.
I'm really withholding the urge to say that's rough, buddy.
Lol.
I do say, kind of with like a sympathetic head nod. I say, That is the way with war, it seems. And this is, I don't mistaken, this is in fact a war.
The Mockery then kind of slams a hand on the table and finally pulls away from the jar because he's been fucking staring at this entire time. Says, "And so it is, one that I intend to see turn out in our favor. So, what are your mission priorities?"
Do you happen to have an easier way into the palace?
We do know that there apparently is a secret way in, but we've yet to discover it. We've lost many members of the Mockery attempting to invade the Palace of Fallen Stars, and Kevoth
That's where I
Cool-
believe Theris could come in handy. I mean, the jackass here.
Yeah, yes. If you could squeeze him from any form of information in that area, that might deem successful. However, the palace is not the domain of the League. The League is definitely in charge of Starfall, but the palace is definitely ruled by the Black Sovereign. There is
But
a
if he were
liaison, as
causing
far as
problems
I'm
for the
aware.
League-
Say again?
But if he were causing problems for the League, then it would make it easier to get into the League's headquarters itself.
Indeed. So, with that stated, I believe that there are 3 mission priorities here. And with that being said, we are going to begin part 2, finally, part 2 of Chapter 5. The Black Sovereign. He then continues, "Your 3 objectives. You should be, first of all, to confront the Black Sovereign. If you can publicly defeat him, or perhaps recruit his cooperation, this would most undoubtedly, rally the citizens of Starfall into an uprising that would force the Technic League to deploy many of their troops and defenses to protect their holdings. This would reduce the defenses at their compound as long as the uprising continues. As it is now, not even you all would be able to take on the compound as it is. Even with my help. Or this thing." He clangs on the jar again. "Second of all, discovering this secret entrance. Somewhere in the palace dungeon lies a secret door that provides access to a tunnel that connects to the basement below the Technic League compound. This tunnel hasn't been used much lately, as far as we know, and should provide a stealthy way in and out of the compound. And finally, as I said before, there's a liaison in the palace, a man by the name of Gartone. He is one of the 12 captains of the Technic League that's been stationed in the palace, whose job it is more just to ensure that the Black Sovereign stays under the leash of the League, even if he isn't aware of it."
Alright, so
Do you have any information about the secret entrance besides that there is one?
He shakes his head and says, "Unfortunately, no. We know it exists, but anyone has found it never made it back."
radical.
Indeed. Another thing that would more than likely make things easy is knowing what you're facing. There are several factions within the palace that all tend to either fall under a different category or are a faction all their own. The Black Sovereign, his will is his own. Though he should stand for Starfall, and at one point he used to, he is his own man nowadays. He apparently is under the thumb of the Technic League, but the Black Sovereign is still one of the strongest barbarians in all of Golarion. So, know that he is more than likely on his own side. Next will be the guards of the palace. The Palace Guard are the Black Sovereign's most elite soldiers. You'll know them immediately by their hulking brutality and their sign of office, the Starfall Spade. He says, know that they usually keep their rank out of a desire to just be able to do whatever they want and boss around and bully the people of Starfall as long as they apparently claim allegiance to the Black Sovereign, which they tend to do feverishly. Who doesn't, however, is the Black Seers of the palace. The Black Seers are aligned in a way to the Sovereign, but their allegiance truly is to the palace itself. If you begin any trouble in there, they will definitely come to stop whatever's going wrong.
Well, we're probably be causing a lot of trouble, so...
Trouble that might end up a little less in your favor than you might like. The Black Seers are a secret cabal of sorts. They are wholly devoted to the god Xiphus, the god of accidental death. So, make sure that any trouble you start up, you can finish properly. Then there's the odd curiosity of the Sovereign's consort. He then looks a bit more intuitive and crosses his arms as he furrows his brow. Kavoth Kul has a consort, as all other sovereigns had, a very strong-willed and very patient woman named Kul Inkit. From what we know, while Kavoth Kul has fallen deeply into his addiction, his consort has not. She seems more aligned to the ways originally set by the Sovereign. Whether or not she would be an ally to you, I can't say, but that's still something to keep track of. Then, of course, there's the Technic League. We know all about them and how grand they are. This makes the elf woman kind of shift in her, the way she's standing upon hearing that. And finally, there's a host of other guardians and monsters held up in there. If you go in there expecting to just see a bunch of barbarians and people in noble outfits, you'll be very surprised and very quickly. The Sovereign has a fondness for dogs. Animals that he's trained to obey his orders and those of the palace guards, as well as a few more monstrous things that have seen the end of several members of the Mockery and anyone who accidentally stumbles in there. So, keep an eye out for that.
Terran slowly raises his hand. There wouldn't happen to be any giant moths in there, right?
As far as I know, no.
So no moths. Okay. Well, then we're good.
Indeed. He then says, well, I'm happy to see that I could have assisted a little in a way. He goes to stand. Is there any other thing you'd like to say, or?
Is there a way that we could just, I don't know, purchase an audience with him?
The Sovereign tends to be a bit more enamored with the wealth that he's able to wring from the people of Starfall. I doubt any amount of money you could show him would be enough to get to him. And that is, of course, if it can even get the message to him. Odds are any message that you attempt to get to him would go through the Technic League first.
And we can't really be doing that in this current situation.
However, if you could make your way to the palace and simply coax your way into the throne room, perhaps you could work from that point. But we'd have to see. Or I suppose you would have to see.
Alright, well, all in favor of going through the sewers and then into the dungeons and then through the secret door, raise their hand. Terran raises his hand.
Vaughn looks at Terran and says, we have to find that first. Remember.
Yeah, but that's
we don't know where that is.
But that's the fun of it. it's like a it's like a it's like a dig, but with it's what I'm good at.
Vaughn, I'm taking 10 batteries. Thanks.
What?
I mean, there's like 200 some left in there, so it's fine.
So, Peter, you've been relatively quiet about this whole thing. What's your input on what we should do?
I believe our best course of action would be the swiftest. So whichever one could
That
get us to our objective the quickest.
that tells me nothing.
You see me finally stop, fiddling with the mono whip and counting that as me prepping spells. I stand up. Taryn, this is your one chance for sex. Otherwise, I'm just gonna go meditate.
But we haven't resolved the issue. We haven't come up with the.
You ever hear of post-nut clarity? You will. Come on.
I look to the mockery and I say, "When in Starfall."
He is like, he has this kind of, all right.
I look at the mocker and I'm like, you want in?
No,
Wait.
I'll
Thank
pass
you.
this time.
Gracias.
He says something in Hallett.
I look at Taryn as we're walking out. Come on, it's only gay if the balls touch.
He fucking. Anyway,
I'm but
moving
I do say,
forward.
yeah.
The ugly deed is done, and now I can cast spells much better.
Bravo, bravo.
I can whip it good.
Look, man, it probably only, let's be honest, it probably only lasted like 3 minutes.
Yeah, Taryn sucks.
No. It was the 3 best minutes of your life, and you know it.
Give me a d20 roll.
Oh, God.
Speaking of spells,
Can I have my charisma?
Actually, yeah,
of
you can.
spells,
Speaking of spells, yeah.
make sure that since it's a new day and everything, make sure that all of mine are cleared, and that there is one of the special spells of 5th levels spells used. Because that's the spellcasting contract.
Yeah.
That's like permanent and taken up unless the contract ends.
Yeah. All right. So, I mean, unless anybody has a better idea, we have the 2 options of go to the gate and try to charisma our way in, which is going to be a lot harder if we fuck it up. If we fuck it up, then we'll be out in the open and they'll know we're there. Or option B is the stealth option, where we stealth it up and we have to go pink mohawk.
Let's talk to the brain Theris. See if he knows the secret entrance into the Palace of Fallen Stars.
Okay, I smack that button on.
There is an immediate.
I double check to make sure that the other device is not powered on when this thing powers on.
Yeah, you can check it. It is still not on.
Okay, thank God.
Yeah, it comes to life and it sounds like a rusty radio, as it always does. And the thing goes, "Ah! Everything is pain! What do you want?"
I turn them off and turn them back on again.
Oh, God.
No, I don't do that.
Okay.
I came out of good, not chaotic evil. I don't revel in his suffering. I just revel in the fact that I want to put him in my museum.
Well, we're waiting.
Oh. I'll let somebody take the lead on this. I feel like I've been talking a lot at this opening juncture. Unless no one else is going to talk.
It seems to be that way.
Fuck it,
I
I'll
wanted-
do it myself.
Good. I wanted to see you squirm.
So Taryn kind of leans down and goes, "Ah, Theros, it's good to see you again."
My name is Theris, you poorly bearded Asimar. What do you want from me?
Listen here, Thermos. We need to get inside the Palace of Fallen Stars, and we think that inside that brain of yours, we think inside that brain of yours, you have an excellent solution that will propel us forward into this world and get you one step closer to having a real boy body.
You're
The only organ he has left.
going to use the door, I assume, then?
That'd be the one.
What
I
do you
mean-
need me for?
Well, do you
Have
mean
you
like the front
forgotten how
door?
to turn a knob?
I know
Well,
how
actually,
to.
come to think of it, I do believe it is actually just a push.
I mean, I know how
Then
to
again,
push
the
a
doors are
button on
usually
and
open.
off.
I don't understand what you need me for.
Secret
Where's
door.
the door?
What?
Into the palace.
There's a secret,
Secret door into the Palace of Fallen Stars.
What are you
Do
talking
you
about?
know where it is?
Can somebody roll a sense motive to see if this little shit in a jar, this little dick in a box is lying to us? Because it's not me.
Peter, you can't tell if he's lying or not.
Damn.
Oh. I believe people are about
I'll-
to try and knock on my
that's
door in a
motive.
second. Yeah. Oops. I'm going to have to be right back. Someone is at my door. Sorry. BRB.
The DM's dead, boys. Anarchy reigns.
BRB.
All right, guys. So this is what we're gonna do. I'm going to, in an act of depravity, punch open Thermos's brain jar and just have Sarah drink it.
Yeah, I was gonna say we go full pink mohawk now while he's gone. Fly up into the sky, ready up some more fireballs, and just lob them at the technically compound.
Oh yeah, dude, that sounds perfect. They have absolutely no anti-aircraft, nothing. Like,
Right, they just have flying robots.
Yeah, right. I mean, all we gotta do is just have one hit and we win.
yeah. Look, I mean, like, Japan had a bunch of flying planes, but it didn't stop us in World War II.
I don't think the party has the equivalent of a nuke. Or for that matter, 2 nukes.
I mean, you're right at the current moment. At the current moment.
I think that would take more Silex than we have the gold to purchase as of right now.
All right. I've returned.
So we're gonna Hiroshima the Technic League.
Sorry about
thing.
that. My headset died halfway through that conversation.
Oh my.
That's the plan.
Okay, cool. So, in game, it's about 1 p.m. by this point.
Mhm.
You all, as I've said before, are stationed within the kill box. What do?
Okay, so Theris has no idea about this secret door.
Apparently.
Okay.
Wait. Did you roll your sense motive, Chaz?
Oh, he can't. He's not on his computer.
Can you roll my sense
I
motive?
gotcha.
please?
You get a 22. You can't tell if he's lying or not.
Shit.
Cool. I mean, we can turn the brain off and then ask Cassandra.
I mean,
See if she knows. I mean, we're kind of grasping at straws for figuring out where this is, but we might as well exhaust our options doing this first.
like, look, I do have to tech secret door because I'm an archaeologist and I thought it'd be flavorful.
Hmm.
So, like,
Okay.
it makes, like, if anything,
How much of a range does that have?
It's like
60
any
foot cone.
like the vision-based spells. So 60-foot cone. Yada
Yeah.
yada.
Okay, so we would need to be real close to.
yeah, but you have to be in the dungeon.
Yeah, and it lasts minutes per level, so you can kind of once everything's cool, kind of wandered around with it, scanning the area.
Like this is like one of the first spells that I took because I'm like, oh, I'm an archaeologist. We'll have a little bit of flavor and fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't think it would be useful, and now it turns out to be really useful.
Like the last Wednesday, where you,
Oh,
upon leveling, got the exact spell you needed to destroy a boss.
I was like, Josh T, we're gonna fight this thing pretty soon. Do you think this is a good idea? He's like, it doesn't seem like a bad idea. I type it in. Fowler says he's a ghost thing. I'm like, oh, this feels so good.
Hell yeah. All right.
Yeah, so let's go to the dungeon then. Roll on this board.
We're gonna talk to Cassandra before we go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think we should ask Cassandra first.
Okay.
Yeah.
I say bye, Theris, and I shut him off.
He goes, wait. And he shuts off.
I turn him back on.
Why?
You said wait.
I wanted you to keep me on. It's so painful.
Oh. No, turn it back off.
He gets
I turn him
shut
back on. Oh, were you saying something?
He's going to take a
We're
die
so
4
mean
of
to this
damage.
brain in a jar.
He takes 3 of his own 3 damage of his sanity. He has a health bar, and you're starting to harm it.
Okay. I was like, oh, by the way, you really don't know anything about that secret door, do you?
If anyone would know, it would be one of the captains.
Speaking of that, we killed one, by the way. Do you recognize this? And I hold up the power dildo. I mean, mono whip.
Seems to be a mono whip of some sort. Who did it belong to?
The ugly one.
Which one?
The shade?
That
Oh, you defeated the Shade.
one. Yeah.
It's quite a feat you must have been able to pull that one off. I was never fond of the Shade. Her desires to mold herself in the way she did. Very unpleasant.
You still want a body, don't you?
Yes? You're still
Does it
going to
matter
give
what
me
gender?
one, aren't you? What?
Does it matter what
male.
gender? Okay. I'll take that into account when we,
I mean, it'll be a
to it.
machine more than likely, so whatever. Anyhow.
Okay, bye now. Turn him off.
No, wait! Shuts off again.
I like messing with him.
I've noticed.
That reminds me, how are you going to have him in a museum?
Well, I was thinking maybe like put him on a little cart thing and have him be like a tour guide and,
You're just going to keep him on perpetually?
well, I have to turn him off at night.
Lol. Save power and whatnot.
Of course we turn him off at night.
Yeah, like what do you think we're running? We're not running an electric charity here.
I ain't trying to power the whole neighborhood.
Anyway, I get up and I lock the door to our room.
Yes. Oh, you locked the door?
Yes, we're talking to Cassandra. Secret biz.
Okay. Alright, let's see if I can do a little thingy here. The activation of several gadgets signifies that Cassandra has been awoken. Whereas Theris's awakening is always followed by screams and the rustic sound of an ancient radio. Cassandra Lee activating is almost seamless. There's only a very light chime, and that can only be heard because the machine itself actually is turning on. It's not that the thing makes its own noise. And there is no scream. It is just followed by the expression of Cassandra Lee herself showing up in the screen. Let me see if I can... Let's see, where is it? Doot. Here she is. Boop. Cassandra Lee. She shows up on the tablet, and speaking with her robotic voice, she addresses the party with, "Hello again." She kind of looks around. Where are we now?
I'm sorry, I'm just very intimidated by you. You're quite pretty for an AI.
She doesn't react.
Of course.
Are we
Vaughn?
still- Are we still currently at the location with?
Yeah, you're in another hideout with the Mockery.
Mockery is with us?
He's not in the room.
You're all alone.
Alright, I will say we are currently hiding inside Starfall.
We are hiding.
Apologies.
Why are we hiding?
Because if they find you, not
They are hunting us.
well, of course. The reason you originally ran away from Starfall. No?
I fled Starfall, fleeing Unity, the Iron God.
Ah, well, they technically speak with Unity?
No, but they would definitely ally themselves with him if they could. Is him correct? Vaughn looks at Cassandra Lee. Is Unity a he? A conscious entity? Could Unity talk to us?
Unity is definitely a conscious entity, but Unity lacks a gender as you would describe it. It is
Okay.
a creature beyond such things, an intelligence that has ascended to godhood through advanced technologies not even conceived in thought of this planet.
Does Unity have a physical form?
That it does. It is a thing of energy, of thought from mind, but it does have a preferred physical form, much like my sibling.
Helium.
Indeed.
When you fled Silvermount, was there a city next to it?
Cassandra Lee states, there was no city next to it. Is that where we are now?
Yes. We
Times
were
have
not sure
indeed
of
changed then.
we were not sure of the timeline, I guess. And we didn't know if you would have any information on some of the things in the city. So we thought we would ask.
I recall a group of barbarians that had made a home here. I forget their terminology. However, there is a chance that this village is what the city has come from.
By a home, what do you mean? What terminology did you forget? But what they called themselves, or what the
Affirmative.
place was called?
By that I meant what they called themselves. The civilization itself had no name yet at that time, or it did not have one significant enough for Unity to attempt to document.
I guess then you would not have information able to help us get into does the Palace of Fallen Stars mean anything to you?
Negative.
Okay. I guess that you wouldn't have the information to help us there, then.
Indeed.
Are you? Is it Von thinks of something for a second. He's like, would we be able to, if we were to capture a robot, would you be able to control it?
That is correct. Though the action itself is rather unpleasant. You see, I am unfond of machines. Robots, I tend to distrust them.
Tend to what? Sorry, I
Distrust
cut out
them.
there. Wow.
It's at this point that I show you one of Cassandali's abilities. It is called the Distrust of Robots. She understands that this is completely illogical and a very emotional trait, but she cannot bring herself to ever completely trust a robot, nor harbor deep programming or other influences from Unity.
Okay.
I see.
Yeah, I was trying to remember if it was one of her things that I had read that was like controlling robots, or if it was like one of the what are they called? Memory
Yes.
facets?
So her other two abilities, I'll remind. She has the electronic interface, where she has an intricate understanding of electronics, and she has the ability to interface with them via a wireless protocol, with a maximum range of 60 feet, which allows her to use several skills assigned to machines like that. She can also, through this, attempt to take over robots. In that fight last game, if you had Cassandali active, she could have assisted you. As well, she
Maybe we
has.
should have her act
You can have up to 3 memory facets at any one time attached to her. And I believe you guys have 3, right?
We have 3, yeah. Did she already have one in her, though?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Maybe I
I
can't
was
quite
thinking-
remember.
I was thinking that she had one already and we only had 2 at the time. I'm
I
not sure.
can't remember that.
I think
specifically.
we only have the compassion and the ingenuity.
No, we have compassion, ingenuity, and discipline. Because we got discipline from the merchant. The black market
Right.
guy. We had
Okay.
compassion and ingenuity prior.
Well, there you go.
And I remember one of those I think lets her use to like craft.
Let's see. Memory facets.
I think it's the ingenuity one lets her interact with the crafting station.
There are 2 different. Oh, you can hear the warning signals going off now.
Sorry.
Yes, there are multiple different memory facets. Some are from Chapter 4 and some are from Chapter 5. From Chapter 4, we have the compassion and ingenuity facets that you could have found, and Chapter 5 has the discipline, entropy, and guile.
Okay, well we don't have the other 2 of those, but we have discipline.
Indeed.
What does discipline do?
Brr. Let's see. It bolsters the AI's thought and personality with rigid order and behavior. It grants the AI the ability to bolster the programming of any robot within 30 feet as a swift action for a number of, what the fuck are you doing? For a number of rounds per day equal to its CR. The bolstered robot gains a +2 on attack rolls, weapon damage rolls, and will saving throws.
Okay.
Dude, he's gotta get his pickles out of the jar.
I see.
Quiet. I'm
We're gonna
almost
wax
home.
it.
I have more trash in my truck than I really should.
Were those like cans and shit that you were hitting with
Yeah.
your feet? God damn it.
No, I went over railroad tracks, so the bag of cans that I have in here that I need to take out jostled around.
So not only does he keep a bunch of tabs open on his computer, he also keeps a bunch of empty cans of tab in his car.
No, they stopped making tab, and I'm mad about it.
Cassandra Lee says, "Indeed, it is quite bullshit."
Cassandra Lee, do you know how to make tab?
Of course. It is
Yes.
it is an ancient method of that has been
We'll be
lost to
rich.
history.
We'll be rich.
Alright.
I think we should leave her on though. Like, we've been just leaving her off, but we didn't really have a reason for that. Like, we've got plenty of charges to keep her active. There's no reason to not leave her on.
All right.
We should just make sure. We should just kind of make sure that she knows to not like yell to other people that she's there. Like only talk when.
Yeah.
Where?
So the compact AI core, it weighs 8 pounds, just so you know, and it uses a charge an hour. So and it has a capacity of 240. So in order to keep it on all day, that does use that up.
I mean, yeah, it would use a bunch of charges per a
It
day.
uses
but, like,
24 charges a day.
yeah, I'm
Just
saying
so you
like
know.
when we're like out, not when we're dicking around in whatever
Gotcha.
lodging we have, but like if we're roaming the streets trying to break in or whatever
Yeah, it's
to
fine.
the,
I just
to the
look-
palace.
I'm just letting you
have
know how the
some.
mechanics work.
Yeah.
So, let's get the show on the road a little bit, shall we? If you have any more questions, this is the time to ask them, and if not, I'll begin marching you all towards the palace.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really think of anything else to ask. We don't really have. I mean, we could ask the. We could call whoever is on the other end of that comm unit thing that we have, but who knows who that is?
Yeah,
And
I prefer
well-
not to deal with them until we're like ready to deal with the technically.
yeah, it's like while it was a woman's voice, right?
Indeed.
Yeah,
Yeah, while she may be able to, help us find the door or whatever, she might know where it is. She could also just, like, if she is, not on our side, which she's probably not, she could just be like, oh, by the way, y'all gonna have some visitors.
So I just had a thought. If we're about to, we are most likely going to get there and immediately have to turn Pink Mohawk. The Technic League is right next door. They're going to be alerted and probably show up right as we're done with Kevoth.
I mean, okay, but the thing is, like, if we're sneaking into it through like the sewers and then through the dungeon, then we shouldn't really be getting close to the Technic League.
Yeah, and also, if we get him on our side, it doesn't matter if they show up. We can still probably just bounce, and he'll...
So a thing to also remember about Kevoth Cool, that he is a machine. Okay, they're not
Yeah.
joking when they say he's the most powerful barbarian in definitely Numeria or probably Galarian. Since Tahama no longer exists, but he
Nah, he just exists in the past, right?
he with his like entourage of people single-handedly took down the Technic League. And then the Technic League, just through some political gymnastics, were able to be like, hey, can't we stay as your guides? Yeah, that's what we want to do. And he's like, okay, sure. And then they just started pumping drugs into him, and now he's kind of in the state he is now.
Right.
So,
he'll
whilst they definitely are enjoying like true control over Numeria, they're always looking over their shoulder in terror of they are very scared of the day that Kevoth Cool realizes he's being had, and decides to do something about it. Because if he did, it would get very bad for the Technic League very quick.
Get very violent.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, as it is now, let's see some stuff.
Shit.
I'm plotting your little journey here. Let's see. That's just over. It's gonna take you quite a minute. Let's see, 13,300. What's your guys' slowest movement speed? Is anyone here moving at 20 or less?
I'm moving 20.
You move at 20?
Yes.
Okay.
Salt moves at 10 if you ain't crawling. So I mean flying. So
No, I think that's. I just need to know your travel speed. So for local speed, 1 minute with 20 feet is 200 feet. So this will take over an hour.
All right.
66 minutes specifically to get there, which
All right.
means I get to roll in the encounter roll because I roll once an hour.
Hey Luke, I got a question.
I have an answer.
Can I roll? Can I put disguise other on each one of the party members and as we like move through the city?
Yes, you can.
Fantastic. I'm gonna cast that 4 times.
Cool. You
Thank you.
cast that
Salt.
on.
kitty cat mode.
Yeah, Salt turns into a cat that flies around. It's like it's your magical girl familiar. It's just like a cat that's really fucking mean and makes buzzing noises for some reason. That's super cute. I want to draw like cutesy Sarah Hitchkin as opposed to sadistic Sarah Hitchkin. So yeah, okay. You all can't see this, but let's roll the encounter roll for Starfall. And since you all have bounties up, I get to roll twice. If this one, of course, doesn't result in a success.
But we don't look like us anymore.
It doesn't matter. Everyone's getting picked on right now.
I also make Peter a foot shorter with the spell and really fat.
Wow. I got a success. Hip hip hooray. Preparing for combat, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh God.
Okay. Who wants to roll for me?
Lord,
Pick
Who?
me, my lord. Pick me, my lord.
All right, Matt. You're not done too much yet. Go ahead and roll me a die 4. 2. Alrighty.
2 elder red dragons.
That'd be easy.
No.
Yes.
I'm on roll 20.
It's about
I'm on roll 20 now.
It's about
Select your characters
time.
and roll initiative.
Hey,
2 Myrmidon robots.
Well, don't die this time.
I will do my best.
I don't like this. I'm not a fan.
I always roll under 10. The curse lives on.
It is weird. You have a very good initiative roll, so like, it's
Scott, have you considered
God, just roll better. Seriously.
have you considered like I don't know fixing your dysfunctional relationship with the dice gods?
Or your father?
Both of those Myrmidons also rode under a 10.
Well, the issue isn't with the dice gods, because the real dice are always in my favor, but this electronic false god is much like Unity. A bitch.
It's the electronic false god.
Alrighty. Let's order this by descending. And Vaughn, you saw this attack coming, but you were powerless to stop it. What do you wish to do, my dude?
Oh, balls. That's a good question.
The Myrmidons look to you, the party, and they have their weapons primed, and they say,
Halt, citizens. Show us your papers. Provide identification.
just so you know, this won't go well. So which is why combat is happening.
Yeah. Figures. What's the range on? Okay, I better doing that. Yeah, probably. Alright, I'm gonna just activate my the speed or slow time
Okay.
as haste for the party members,
Nice.
and then I'm gonna 5-foot step behind you. Spawn.
Okay, Taryn, you're going next.
You just can't. Haste, you son of a bitch, stealing my first move.
I didn't cast it.
He just used an ability that acts like it.
I'm gonna. Ooh, do I just go big dick? I can't.
Do it.
I can just
They
Make yourself
are
a target.
robots. Why don't you just shoot them with your Construct Bane gun?
Yeah, do it. Make yourself a target. I mean, what?
I shoot.
Let me do this so you guys can see. Doot. And
Why would you not just try to descend?
Shoot that one.
this one?
Because we're probably about to do dungeon crawl, and I need to save some spells.
Look at you thinking ahead.
Saving spells doesn't
Oh,
help.
since
We're
it-
dead.
Their touch AC is 11. So
Alright.
both of those will hit.
And there's
Uh,
the Bane.
The damage is 2 extra for each shot because Bane gives it an extra +2.
That's correct.
Oh,
So it's 11 and 10.
Mm-hmm.
noise.
Let's see. So we've got. Excuse me, I had to sneeze.
Stop it. Get some help.
Whew. Sorry about that. All right. We've got 21 plus 16 is 37. Nice.
I know what I forgot to do earlier. Forgot to have you put greater magic weapon on my arc rifle.
Boop.
I've been doing it every day.
Okay, that one takes damage, and let's see.
And then I'm
It's force field tanks the shot. It's all right. Its force field is failing, but it just didn't get vulnerable damage because of it.
I'm gonna shift behind Sarah.
Isama,
Cowardly bitch.
Isama shifts forward, and she unloads into that one. Let me. Oh, actually, hang on. Yeah. Deadly aim, rapid fire, semi. Oops, no. Doot. Okay, so she makes 2 additional attacks, correct? Isn't that right?
With
Because
what?
semi-auto and rapid
Hey,
fire,
Yeah, rapid
and then
shot
another
gives
one
her
from
an
haste
extra.
as well.
Yeah, rapid shot gives her an extra. Semi-auto gives an extra, and haste will also give an extra. But there's an additional penalty if she's using rapid shot.
Yeah,
and
it's
semi-auto.
calculated in. It's calculated in. So
Okay.
yeah, this is gonna fucking hurt. It's at this point that she discovers that Myrmidons are immune to cold. Sarah.
Very sad.
Which is the same time we discovered that.
We really need to give
do
her
need
the
to get
plus
her-
1 shocking.
Or just a
we
different
need
gun.
to give her a different gun.
Yeah.
A not cold one.
And then retrain her feats because they're specific for 0 weapons.
When she hits 5th level fighter, she can take advanced weapon training and versatile. Versatile something that
Yeah.
allows her to use it. For
Martial
every-
versatility.
Yeah, martial versatility. That's what it is. Allows her to use her feats with any gun.
Neat. Okay.
So. hopefully she'll
Sarah?
get one.
Yeah. Let's see how far I can move. I can move to there. I can also move to there. I'm gonna move to there.
Okay.
Whoop. I think it was there.
1 square up.
Give it a whip. Activate the mono whip. Oh, let me double check something. Can't remember if it has a power on time.
It stays
No,
active
it
for
does
1
not.
round, as far as I know.
Yeah. Alright, it's on. Bop!
Okay, using the first attack, of course. It
Yeah.
will hit, but it will not crit. That is 11 damage. You slash into it and fucking hurt. You slash into it real good. Like, let's see here. Damn, that breaks its force field. Okay, its force field has gone down, if I'm not mistaken, actually. Hang on. Oh, no. Its force field is not down yet. But
Did you take your haste attack?
he moved, is what he did. He had to move and then
Oh,
attack.
that's right. It's just the first attack.
Yep.
My bad.
Peter, you're going next. What you want to do, my boy?
I guess I will charge
Okay.
fire. And I'm gonna bop him.
AC 25. I await with bated breath. How did I roll a 3 on their initiative when they have a +6?
Because
Don't know.
For the same
There's no plus
See,
added.
the same reason I can not roll above a 10. This god of dice is a bitch.
Yeah, I'm just now discovering this. For whatever reason, their initiative isn't adding in a bonus. So,
I mean,
this round they'll have their regular thing, but I'm gonna add 6 to both of those rolls.
I was gonna say they still go last, don't they? would that one go
this one
before
would go
Peter?
before Peter because it has a +6 initiative.
Ah.
But that
I didn't
will
know what
definitely
Peter's
hit.
bonus was.
Hot damn. How much hardness does these things have?
10.
That is correct, yes.
Let's see. Okay.
So that deals 11 damage. Doot. And of course its force
Wait.
field tanks it.
How did I lose health?
I don't know.
Weird.
You should
I
be
wasn't back.
152.
Yeah.
There you go. Okie doke. On this one's turn, since its force field was not destroyed, it regenerates. Cool. And it is going to shift. Well, actually, I guess it's 5 feet of reach, so it can't just shift. Or it could, and then Quantum Lash. Yeah.
Whip fight, whip fight, whip fight.
whip fight.
Yeah, so then it's going to shift to here, and then Quantum Lash, you.
Oh my.
Does
First
that
one hit.
hit your touch AC?
Oh yeah, touch. Yeah, they both hit.
Boop. For 11 damage total. And then the next one, its force shield didn't get dropped, so it heals back, and it's going to full attack Peter. These two targeting your regular AC. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Hit.
And I didn't have it put in originally, but here, just check this out. That ignore that third attack. I just did that so you could see it. It has a plus grab ability attached to that. So the first one will hit, the second one will miss, and it will confirm the crit. So
Ow.
24 damage. Boop. And a grapple. +4 to this.
That's a big one.
I rolled a fucking 1. It's not
Yes.
adding that one in either. It has a CMB of 24. What the heck? Is that adding in any of these? Okay, it's adding that in. What's going on with this? Yeah, it has a CMD of 24 or 28, so it rolled a 29 total technically. What's your CMD?
31.
Okay.
That's an attack roll though.
Grapple attack?
CMB check is a CMB check is an attack roll.
Okay, so one would miss. Cool. And the quantum lashes.
Yeah.
And 6 damage from force. Doot. That's that. That is their turn. I'm going to do that. All right, Vaughn, you're going first, my guy.
Dope. You know how it be.
Okay, focused aim. I see.
Vaughn, and I wanted to do this earlier, but since I wasn't really in a good spot to just vamp for a minute. During our days off, one of the mornings, Vaughn woke up in a panic because he got up and he tried to he started like working on his arc rifle. He was like, I'm gonna enchant it, and he couldn't get it to work. He lost his knowledge of how that functioned.
Indeed.
He just couldn't he couldn't figure it out. But he realized as the day went on that his aim with his rifle had improved. Out of game, this is as requested by the DM, got rid of my crafting feats and picked some other stuff.
Indeed.
So I now have deadly aim. So I will turn that on.
Indeed, indeed.
And then the Myrmidon that is... I'm aiming at the Myrmidon that is threatening Sarah.
Okay. Oh my.
Here goes.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Since it's an arc rifle, you have an additional +2 to hit. All of those will hit.
Hell yeah.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. So let's see. It's when its health reaches. Let's see here. When its health reaches 57 is when the shield is broken. So the first one will hit, dealing that much. The second one will definitely hit, dealing that much. And then the next one will hit, dealing that much, and that breaks its shield. And from this point, it's taking additional damage. So 8 more, so 24. That much.
Doesn't...
And then
I was gonna say, it doesn't hardness factor in after the shield breaks, though?
yes. No, yeah, all of them have been reduced by hardness, but the damage gets multiplied before hardness comes into play. So 27, 17.
I never remember. I never remember what order all that applies in.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I'm gonna 5-foot step back again.
Cardogger. Let's see. That was you, Taryn, my boy.
All right, I'm gonna go. Pretty cool. Yeah, we're gonna do that. I'm gonna shoot that with a shocking grasp.
Okay. You fire a lightning hand out of your pistol. Hot damn. That will hit. So this is fun. 25 electricity. So you get an additional 12, so 37. So 27. It only had 26 health. It gets destroyed.
Yay!
Bravo.
Vengeance.
Isuma. She's going to realize yet again she can't damage these damn things. So she'll say, I really need to work on getting an electrical gun. And
Yeah,
then
these things are really handy. As I'm like scratching my head with my gun.
she looks at you and says, is that a joke? When and, like holding up the fact she has 4 hands.
Now it is.
She's going to
I
charge
gasp
this
and look back at you and mouth the word racist.
thing. Stupid. All right. Wham! That misses. Lol. All right. How did she roll a 6? Oh, wait. Hang on. No, that was a 15. It still misses. But I had a deadly aim and everything still added in.
Oh, well. Oh, lol.
Lol. All right. Moving right along. Sarah.
Yeah. Boop, boop, boop. Boop. Have another bop. Bah.
That will hit its touch AC.
Bah.
All right. This slashes clear through its force field and hits it directly. Dealing the damage straight on. Your mono whip slashes into the adamantium of its, or the glossite rather, of its frame, as I've said, like a hot knife through butter, leaving nothing but a glowing cut mark in the steel of the machine. It then looks to you. And, Peter, your turn, my guy.
Sure. Time to give it the bops.
Do it.
I'm gonna power attack. Well,
Okay.
make sure. Right. Good to. Here you go.
Wow. Yeah, its AC is 25, so the first will miss, but the second will hit and then crit. So, yeah, we've got 9 damage on that, bringing us down to 95. Cool, cool, cool. And then a fucking crit. Oh, and then an extra attack, yes, which will unfortunately miss. Wow. Ooh. So, let's see here. Would be 44 damage. Whew. Bam. That shatters its force field. Now it doesn't get to regenerate because the force field's been broken. Boo. But it does get to attack. What to do? It's going to provoke attacks of opportunity from all people involved.
Gasp.
Oh,
Nani?
Oh. Isuma can hit it, but can't deal damage to it. The Mono Whip will hit, and it will crit, and the Keen Scimitar will hit as well. Wow. Okay, so... Oh. Okay. So 37 damage. Oh, no. The thing was it goes to take into the air, but as you do, Sarah lashes the thing out, and the Mono Whip hits it in the fucking side. So 37 damage. That's half of that. 16, right? No. 18. 18 additional. That's 55. It doesn't have 55 health. So it gets dropped to -4, and since it doesn't have a con score, is destroyed.
I want to imagine that I slice its jetpack off.
No. More than that, you slice at its jetpack and clean it in half. Like you just destroy the fucking thing.
I like to imagine that one of the rockets flies up in the air and
blows up like a shitty little tower somewhere. All right, bravo.
let's fuck off now.
To the sewer!
Some experience to be divvied out, of course.
But before we fuck off, something that I forgot to do this morning, as in like at the beginning of the day, is I'm gonna cast Greater Magic Weapon on my head. Because it's kinda necessary.
Uh, 6,400 experience each. Bravo.
Night.
And they unfortunately do not have any gear to take. Everything was integrated and was destroyed when it died. Or was destroyed, is more accurate for what happened.
womp womp.
Oh, we're getting, we're not like super close, but we're getting there. All right. Where next, Papa?
Nice, nice, nice. Okay, let me move myself over to where I need to be.
Say we quickly get out of here from away from the burning, piles of scrap that used to be Myrmidon robots now. Hurry towards the palace.
Alrighty. Here we go. Let's see. Oops. Oh, check this shit out. Legacy lighting is no longer an option. I have to use proper dynamic lighting.
Ooh.
Oh.
What feats does Isma have that rely on her using the cold,
Well,
the
that
zero
wasn't the
rifle?
one I wanted to use. Oop. Say again.
What feats does Isma have that rely on her using the zero rifle?
Weapon focus and specialization.
So she would just do a little less damage if she used something else.
Correct. And she
We
has
just
a
need
level
to
set.
upgrade her gun.
Because I was
Just
gonna
give it
say
shotgun.
we have other guns in our bags of holding and all that.
Mhm.
So I was gonna say, like, before we go in here, let's just
Why did it do
get before we head in here. Vaughn's gonna dig through the bag of holding. He asked me, he's like, what exactly do you have that requires you to use that gun specifically?
that? I don't know why everything went dark all of a sudden, but it did.
It's
Maybe this fixes it? That didn't fix it. Maybe hang on. That fixes it. Maybe hang on. Oop, up. Maybe that fixes it. Aha!
Hey, we can see.
we can fight.
Well, this is going to be fun. I am going to have to learn how to use this different lighting system whilst playing this game. Won't this be exciting?
All right, before we go in here, Vaughn is going to dig through our bags of holding, which we have a bunch of stuff in them that we don't have written down specifically and like which bags they're in. But he's gonna give the arc pistol that we got off of Baron Drund to Isima, so she has an electric weapon. Like, clearly it's not gonna be as good as her zero rifle, but it's something if they're immune to cold.
Right.
And he's also gonna go ahead and hand his time-worn laser rifle to her, which still has some shots in it because it hasn't been used in forever.
All right. I'm gonna need a moment as I set this all up, seeing that the things aren't set up for this lighting system. So I'll be right back, everybody.
So,
God is dead and we have killed him.
Yeehaw!
Mazel tov. So I got Chivalry 2, Maddie, that comes in tomorrow, and I'm very excited.
The question is, when you gonna get that PC?
When things aren't so fucking expensive.
The only thing expensive right now is the GPUs, and like I mentioned earlier, hopefully they're gonna come down pretty soon.
Motherboards are pretty expensive.
No, not really. Not compared to.
Look, Maddie, I don't base my purchases off of speculation and projections. I base my purchases off willful
Oh,
financial negligence.
Kyle, CB says you're just making excuses, and if you don't buy one, that means you're just poor.
Whoa, poor's a mindset. I
Yeah.
spend my wealth
Whoa.
on Warhammer.
You
All right,
spend your-
that's
Oh, wait, so you spend your wealth, meaning you don't have wealth, which means you're poor.
no, broke. We're not poor. We're
You're
just broke.
You're broke and poor.
No, poverty is a very real and different thing to what I exist in, Maddie. I am broke because I have what we like to call no financial restraint. I like to eat the good food, I like to go out and drink the good beer, and I like to buy the things I like to buy. But I pay all my bills. So we're just broke.
He likes drinking cold cores and banging
Cheap
hot whores.
whores. Maddie, I like. You got it in reverse. Wait, no, we're on.
Wait,
straight
you like
one.
hot cores and oh.
That's what I was like. Wait, we're on stream. Oh no. But
You
yeah,
like hot-
so oh god. I'm glad Luke came in just as that conversation ended.
Was any of that streamed?
Yeah.
Every bit of it.
Nice.
Everything is true.
That means the world has witnessed the stupid shit that I have to say. Like unfiltered stupid Kyle shit. I love it.
I know it doesn't sound bad to us, but we're used to it. So
I know. That's the worst part. It's like we're so desensitized to our own stupidity, but the world
no,
is
no, no,
still
no,
in
no,
horror.
no, just yours.
No.
Maddie, the Jesus card. I'll never forget.
That wasn't stupidity. That was sheer genius.
That was pretty funny.
I've got another. I've got something else cooked up. So hopefully it pays out here soon.
Okay. Looming over the city, like a great obscene monolith, stands the decadent keep of the Black Sovereign of Numeria, the Palace of Fallen Stars. Its slick walls rise high and terrible, worn smooth in places by the passage of time, but jagged and rough in others where new additions have been built. The central structure is capped with an immense metal dome, and while numerous squat towers rise around the circumference. Statues of the Black Sovereign adorn the facade or stand atop plinths, greeting visitors with scowls and threatening postures. At a glance, you can tell that the walls of the palace seem to be made out of glossite reinforced stone, and the doors seem to be made out of glossite themselves. The doors here to the main area they are not locked. No one has come to greet you, nor has anyone come to stop you.
What? This is weird.
Bold strategy. Maybe they're stating that he doesn't need protecting.
I detect magic on that doorway.
The door is not magical.
I am puzzled. Nothing worth guarding has just an unlocked open door, right? Okay.
Vaughn, you see everything I've described. Let's see. Boo, 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 boo. Looking around. Yeah, no. Nothing really in particular. You can tell that the door is unlocked and already open, but it seems it's... the door is actually open, it's just not open. Like, it's not clicked close is what I mean to say.
Well, I will approach the door.
Also, Vaughn, since you rolled a 53, I'm going to let you know, way the fuck off in the distance, because since you are on the top of the hill where the Palace of Fallen Stars is, the pollution here is much thinner, so you can see the sky a bit easier. Way the fuck off in the distance, you see what looks like a massive bird, and since you rolled a 53, you identify a spine dragon.
Hot.
And I mean, like, it's way out there. Like, it's not coming this way or nothing, but you do see it.
That sounds foreboding. Luke, why do you know the specifics of what's way out there?
Wait, Kyle, it's not a boat, it's a dragon.
Lol.
Which,
See, Maddie?
sorry,
That's the
I didn't
secret.
realize I was muted. Which direction would you say it happens to be?
To the... Well, roll your survival, DC 10. To the east.
Okay. Okay, so the door's not even latched. Like, someone's opened the door previously.
Yeah, I say we just waltz in.
Yeah, the
All right.
Vaughn's gonna say, be on your guard. Someone is most likely already here. How?
You open the door. A long hall leads up into the palace, passing through a columned-lined hall. On either side stand statues made of old robots bound in thick iron chains.
Oh, that's metal. Like, figuratively and literally.
Can I get a DC knowledge DC 12 knowledge history?
Oh, yeah.
Nice. You can tell that this is meant to signify Kevoth Cool's conquest over the Technic League. Lamau.
I love it. I kind of explained
Vaughn
that to
doesn't
the
have to
party.
do
I say, it looks like our friend Cool likes to flex on the Technic League whenever they waltz in through the door.
Marty, is it dark in this hall?
No.
Okay.
The room is not. The area is very well lit. There
So
are
I'm supposed to be
many.
able to see that part.
Yeah. There are several plinths of. So another thing before I go further, the new lighting system and vision system that they've put in is actually really cool. You can, when you give a token vision, it then asks if you want to give that token night vision and how much of it and how it works. Like, do you want it to be like
neat.
all the way up to the end of it and then it cuts off, or do you want it to like dimmer down as it goes, or whatever you want? It's very neat.
That's pretty rad.
And on top of that, you can also have it emit light. That way you don't have to worry, because that was a thing. If something was emitting light and had dark vision, you couldn't stack those before, but now you can.
That's kind of weird.
It also
pretty
asks when you have something emit light, it says how much light and then how much dim light. As opposed, before you had to do this weird, it was this much light and this much of it was dim. Now it just asks how much light and how much dim light. Very handy.
Okay. That's pretty handy.
Also, you'll see this as you go in, but Explorer mode is on, which means after you leave an area, you'll see an area that you've already been shown on the map, but you won't be able to see any tokens in that area. That way you can keep track of where you are in the map. It's like in a video game. When you
Dig it.
discover
I dig it.
Yeah, when you discover an area in the Fog of War, like in Kingmaker. Like when you leave a room, you still see that room on your map.
Yeah.
We don't know who comes into or out of that room.
Exactly.
Yeah, we just the room's there. All right. Let's proceed, boys. We got like 45 minutes. Let's waltz through this bitch.
Okay.
I hope.
I
Oh,
think we should be careful going in here, though.
Okay, again, I will move the party because
Okay.
an issue. This map is huge, and
Yeah,
it's
these are-
going to have a bit of trouble loading stuff. A thing to know. You want give me a knowledge. Let's see, knowledge local DC 15. Okay, Taryn. The area of the map with a yellow floor is designated as public access, so you won't get into trouble for being on it. If it doesn't have a yellow floor, though, you're not supposed to be there.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Vaughn,
What the fuck is what the? Fuck?
Yeah, I just noticed all that.
Yeah, I've been looking at this going, I don't think it's good.
I
So-
turn around.
So, a few things. First of all, Vaughn and Taryn, both of you rolled above 30. You identify right there and right there are secret doors. Second of all, welcome to the lower court. The main hall of the palace's ground floor seems to be a great pillar-lined promenade, which reeks of animals and rancid meat. You all can see this area has 10 wolfhounds in it and 4 hill giants who have yet to really notice you. As well, many of the pillars either have dying or dead and probably rotting people chained to the pillars, as you can see.
This I hate.
So I was gonna say we're pretty sure that this is not supposed to be what's going on right now, right?
Knowledge local DC 20.
All right, here I go again. I might fuck it up. Please don't fuck it up.
You succeed
Hey.
with a 25. No, this is about regular.
Okay.
The Black Sovereign is, I guess, the highest ranking noble in Starfall and Numeria, of course. But Numeria, while the most technologically savvy country in a way of Galari, or the Inner Sea region, unless you want to count Eskandar, or whatever the fuck it's called, Alkenstar. It's a barbarian country. This is,
Right.
you know, Conan the Barbarian shit we're talking about here. So this area seems that these guards down here, there are a shitload of giants and stuff. And now that we've been here for a minute, can I get a stealth roll, please?
Yeah, like when Vaughn's like, "Is this supposed to happen?" Taryn's like, yeah, "This is Tuesday.
Oh no.
It's just a Tuesday."
Stealth rolls. But this is public access.
We're about to be public
Gotta
access.
You're about to be public access.
It's gonna be bad.
Yeah, the DC is 20. And Vaughn,
Yeah.
unfortunately, you failed it. Bravo! Almost everyone made it, but I'm sure Peter
Yeah,
would
Vaughn
have
just
done
like,
that too. Peter, yeah,
is
there
this
it is.
supposed to happen?
Peter
you all-
takes one step in.
Crunch. No, it's fine. This wolfhound stops. It's kind of just laying there, bored out of its mind. This one's leaning against this pillar and barking up at the person who just is kind of moaning in pain. But then this one here gets up and notices you all and starts barking. Which then immediately alerts this hill giant who's picking his nose. He's got like a club hanging over his shoulder, and he like leans over.
I'm gonna wave at the go, hello little doggy.
I'm also waving.
We're both waving at
The
the
hill
doggy.
giant looks at you and waves back, and then turns back around.
Okay.
Beautiful.
And then it
Great.
realizes and it turns back around, and it goes. "Ugh."
Ah,
And a couple of the hill giants move up a bit. They look aggressive, but they're not like charging you or anything.
I'm gonna okay. So we're trying to get audience with the Black Sovereign.
So yeah, hang on. The hill giants move up, holding their clubs, kind of beating them in their hands. They say, "Oh you."
I'm gonna say, we are.
Oh, I'm sorry. They say that in giant. Do you all speak giant?
no.
Wait,
Does anyone speak giant?
fuck.
No.
Oh. Can
I
I get a
speak-
linguistics roll from somebody to understand what they're trying to get at you?
Could I just be like, I'm sorry.
I was gonna
just-
say I have linguistics. Does anybody else have it?
I think I do.
It is a trained skill, so you have to have at least a rank. in it.
Yeah.
Yes, I
I have.
do.
I have ranks in it.
If somebody wants rolls better than me, go
I was
for
gonna say
it.
my bonus is 7, so.
Go for it.
And
No,
I
you-
rolled a
you
2.
can all roll, you can all
alright,
roll, it's fine.
here.
Okay.
I don't know if that's good enough.
For this one time, we'll just go with the highest roll, and everyone who got a 10 or more will assist. So a 22. You can tell that the giant, they go, they say some shit like that. And you can tell while they seem very aggressive, they are asking, like, who are you? What are you doing here?
I think they're asking who we are.
Oh.
Concerned citizens.
I'm going to bow a little bit and say, I'm sorry, my good men, but unfortunately I don't speak giant. Perhaps you speak common?
I don't think.
Give me a diplomacy with a -10. Because you don't speak the language. The DC, however, is going to be... Let me see here. 18.
Ouch. There you go.
Wow. You get a 28 even through all that.
I rolled a 19.
Very good. You say that. You can't speak the language properly, but you say something, and they kind of just dumb-wittedly drooling look at you. The dogs mostly stop barking, but they do, like, they're still growling, get the hair on the back of their, like, the top of their backs is standing up. They kind of flex, showing their teeth, but they're not barking anymore for the most part. The hill giants then turn to look at each other and start saying something, but you can't quite understand it. I'm going to say DC 15 linguistics to know what they're saying. Only one roll, and then everyone who's assisting has to say they're assisting.
I have the highest bonus. It's a +8, so
Yeah, I'll assist.
Yeah.
here we
I will
go.
assist.
God damn it.
That's not good.
Isuma has a rank of linguistics.
I assist.
Okay, yeah. As long as Terran. Okay, boom. That's a +6 to the 9. That's a 15. You succeed.
Oh.
Yeah. So, you can you're looking at them. You're trying to piece together. You're not quite getting it. It sounds like they're saying that you can't quite get it. And Vaughn, Terran, and Isuma kind of are like, okay, I think they said that they're kind of commenting to you, like whispering as to what they think they said. And what you can piece together is that they're deciding what to do with you, and it seems to be looking in your favor.
Okay.
They being polite to those less understanding. Proper proceed.
This one moves forward, and the rest of them kind of just go back to what they were doing. It then looks to you, points at you, says like,
KCB.
and then like points way into the back of the room, the far south of this area, to a set of staircases, and then says,
Chris, there's some Pocaridu.
Let's see them linguistic rolls, Sarah.
okay, there
Thank
you go. Yeah, it's DC 15 as well. You can tell it kind of looks at you and said something along the lines of, okay, you can go, and then pointed at the stairs and said, up the upstairs.
We didn't even say what we were doing.
Oh, I thought you did. I'm sorry. I wasn't.
No!
I missed that. My bad.
It's the same, like
We
walk
do
in.
totally say what we're doing, and then yeah.
It's so funny, like we walk and he's like, alright, you could go. But we just got here.
Oh, where?
Nah, that's my bad. I thought. What did you say to him earlier, Maddie? Like what?
I asked him if they could speak common instead of giant.
Damn, my bad. I thought that you said you wanted to, have a meeting with the blah 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 blah. That's my bad. No, unfortunately, obviously they don't. And part of their kind of back and forth, they're trying to figure out what you want, and they assume since you're adventurers or that you look like you've got money, that they're like, okay, just go that way. That's what they say.
Yeah.
I'll say, oh, okay, thank you.
For all we know, we could have just walked in and you could have been like, in giant, how tough are you?
How tough am I?
All right. What do you all wish to do?
what
guess
he
we'll-
says.
We'll move through to the
Yeah.
back of the stairs.
Yeah.
Also, when we get to the stairs, I will need healing.
You all
are
make your way through this group. The dogs growling at you, and the giants kind of looking at you or not paying attention to you or just whatever the hell they do. Can I get a perception check from the party?
You sure can.
Yep, here we go. 55. Ah, it's close.
Close.
Aw, man, that's
Look
an
at that
8 on
guy
the
right
die.
there.
He looks different.
No, you came back.
That idiot.
When you say that, the guy who's chained to the wall, old Hirsek Cow, or Hirsek Chow, failed in his efforts during the previous chapter.
How did you return? You knew this would happen.
For anyone who wasn't present, this fella, he looks up very tiredly from his chains and looks to you all. He has been beaten within an inch of his life. He is riddled with bloody and poorly healing cuts and bruises and abrasions. And he is stripped to nothing but like a cloth around his waist. Like whenever you loot everything out of someone in Skyrim.
Yeah.
Chained up to a wall. And you can tell from the look of him, most of those cuts are infected and they're not doing well. And he looks to you and he goes, "Oh, grand. I suppose you're here to gloat then."
Of course not.
It's big for all of us.
I have a question. I need to ask Vaughn something.
So you remember when you guys got to Starfall and your notoriety wasn't 0, it was 3?
Yeah.
It was
Kind of
him.
wondering if he had gotten back.
Warned you.
We told him not to go back. Or doesn't listen.
He knew that he would be like beaten and senseless and or killed if
Yep.
he did this. Like, why would he come back?
He is a lawful creature. And it's dishonorable to not fulfill one's duty.
I tried to warn you, Peter.
Well, shut up. Now, Vaughn, I have a question.
Yo,
Do you know Silent?
do I know what?
The spell Silence?
No, but I can get access to it if need be. Why?
Because, unfortunately, it goes against my paladin code to watch these people be chained up and beaten and near death.
The ones that are unfortunately a bit lower to the ground are also being attacked by the dogs.
Yeah.
Like a few of them are missing their legs. And there's some precariously leg-shaped bones hanging around here and there.
Yeah. So... I'm at an impasse.
Indeed, indeed. Are you about to start a fight down here? Or do you keep walking?
I can't speak giants. They don't understand me. That's the sad part.
Can Sarah tell that you're struggling right now?
Yes.
It's
Immensely.
very
Really.
obvious.
I'm gonna put my hand on your shoulder and say, just this once, if you admit I'm right, I'll do whatever you say.
Oh,
Right about what?
I point back at this guy.
Is it wrong to hope for the best for something?
No. But I look around at the rest of the room and I'm like,
This one starts barking.
if you just say I'm right.
Real quick,
Hmm.
Vaughn's gonna ask. Here's a. He's gonna say, what are the rest of these people tied to the pillars for? Disobedience? Same as you? Failure?
He looks down at you. Failure. Disobedience.
Is this a
for fun?
Technic League thing?
No, not completely. Most of them are just slaves.
Are the giants your
This giant, speaking of that,
Captors, guards?
kind of moves towards you, club in hand, and it says,
think he wants
just
to
him
move
like
on.
landing his foot next to you kind of causes Terran to hop into the air a bit. Like, he just shakes the ground.
God damn it.
He's telling you to move.
I relay that, and then I'll look at Peter, and I'm like, "Your call."
Don't. I put my hand on Peter's shoulder. I'm like, "Hey, bud, you weren't wrong."
No, he wasn't wrong, but neither was I.
Man, I wish we spoke giant. I would have questions for this giant.
Let's move up so that your guys, the squishies, are away from the giants.
We could always see what he's gesturing us towards and come back.
Oh,
If
he's
he's
gonna follow
alive.
this guy. Son of a bitch.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take comprehend language next level.
Yeah.
Hirsek kind of like watches you all get kind of moved along a bit, and his head just falls. Mostly out of weakness and fatigue.
Vaughn will actually ask Pirsik one thing as they're walking away, as we're being ushered away. He's going to kind of, I mean, as we're getting herded along, so you might have to yell, but he's gonna ask Hirsik if it would be a crime to kill him.
Hirsek just hears it and ignores it, or just doesn't respond.
Okay. Because honestly, like, Vaughn would rather...
The giant again stomps his foot. You can now the other giants are starting to get kind of interested in what's going on.
Peter will come back.
Going once,
Fine.
Peter,
going twice.
We have to come back though.
we'll come back.
The giants gonna guide you.
Wait, are they all? Oh, there's just two of them.
No, just a couple of them.
So if they're all if they're all four here, go ahead and get that silence spell prepped, my dude.
Okay, do you all wish to move on up?
Yeah, let's go ahead and get on up there.
Okay, just a moment. I've put you all in the DM layer, but this time I know that I have. I'm doing this
Yeah,
mainly because the exploration tab, or the exploration thing, I don't want you all to accidentally, whilst being moved around, like, see some stuff I don't want you to yet.
Okay. Vaughn was thinking he would rather just end these people and put them out of their misery and pay whatever fine might be required than have Peter start a fight with these giants and possibly get the entire palace to come down on us.
Mm-hmm.
But that mercy killings last, or is
Maybe for you,
Okay.
Vaughn is very pragmatic.
You all move right on up to the upper court.
oh yeah, there's more up here. Huh.
Vaughn's thinking of the mission as opposed to
This chamber is the upper floors parallel to the one below. There are fewer visitors pass through this pillared hall, as you can tell. It seems to be an area where large meetings or performances of martial displays are done. Numerous war banners and trophies decorate the somber stone walls of this area. And 6 hill giants seem to be standing guard, and these ones seem a bit more interested in actually paying attention. And when you walk up, they have, like, most of them are just standing there leaning against a pillar, arms crossed, but they turn to look at you all and get their clubs ready. But they don't attack you, they just kind of look at you.
Do any of these banners look familiar?
Give me a knowledge geography or local. One or the other, not both.
I got
My local is better.
Wait,
Yeah.
What's your local?
Oh no.
I mean, you can both roll it, but you just can roll one choice.
Ooh.
Oh, okay, there you go. Let's see here. War banners are, of course, they're all different tribes of the Kelid barbarians of the area. Excuse me. You see some from the Black Horses, the Blades of Aramor, the Bloodgars, the Ghost Wolves, the Tiger Lords, in particular, the Sunderhorns, and the White Scars. It's a fun,
Hoi, hoi, hoi.
a fun little name of You also get a boop. I'll give you all access to this. The Kelid barbarian tribes are a big thing for Numeria.
So Vaughn makes the mistake of asking asking Taryn if he recognizes any of these, and Taryn goes into a dissertation about them.
Why would you attack me as a person like that? Because that's exactly what someone makes an offhanded comment. They're like, "Oh yeah, this weird history thing. I wonder why that happened." And I sit there and I'll explain for the next 30, 45 minutes why.
The hill giants all kind of approach the area, and in very broken common, they say,
What you do here? Why you stand around?
We're here for the sovereign.
Eh?
they look to each other.
Who are you? Huh? Why sovereign care?
Again, you are all still disguised as per the spell.
I say, we are here to make a delivery.
All right, give me a bluff. 32. Let's see if I can beat that. Rolling, I don't have sense motive, so rolling just a wisdom, I fail. Yeah, you say that, and they all kind of look at each other. They fail by so much they go,
A sovereign upstairs.
they point straight up.
I'm like,
Stairs there.
thank you, good sirs.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I run up the stairs. I'm like, okay, that candygram trick is not going to work again. We need to get moving.
I'm staring at you, dumbfounded and a little moist.
Scott, Taryn
He's
isn't
looking
concerned.
at you and he's a little moist.
A little moist.
He's a little moist. You
Scott,
gotta get that
Taryn
pot
isn't
and cigarettes in, and then he's all ready to go.
Vaughn's like Taryn, if you do have to lie again and they ask about what it is we're delivering, tell them we're delivering Numerian fluids. I have some.
I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. That's better than what I was gonna tell him.
What were you gonna tell him?
I pull out like what's a random piece of shit that I have in my fucking equipment. I pull out my
The Archosphere.
God. No, I pull out like actually I'm like I just point to you. I just point to Sarah.
From this point
And
on,
it's gone.
from this point on, I will provide characters you can move on your own accord. You're at the top right of the screen.
Oh boy.
I'm afraid.
Right or
I-
left? Which way's up?
They both go up.
Huh.
They're both going in the same direction.
Okay.
I guess let's go this way
Yeah.
because the left side is left side strong side. Shit, we need to go left side.
Did we heal Peter?
Nope.
Our
We'll heal
people-
Peter.
We can. I was gonna say we can. How much are you down?
30.
All right.
Yeah, let's top off our Peter
You're down.
before we go up.
You're down 30.
That's 13. I'll add it.
Hmm.
That's
There's
27
27.
total.
That'd be enough.
Can I get 1?
No.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm
Uh,
like
I'll add
2
it.
off.
Yeah.
Of course it was a 1.
Lol. Well, it was a 1 and a 5. It's 2 die 8.
Well, still. It's funny. I needed
Good
11.
work.
Alrighty. You all have your freedom. Move as you will.
I don't know if I like my freedom now. All right,
Uh,
let's go, boys.
Lead the way, Peter.
Oh, we're actually moving our characters?
Yes.
Yeah, you just said that.
I was just map assume.
Oh. It's those things.
I don't.
We've come into the court.
Indeed. A massive courtroom is awaiting you.
Barbarian gargoyles?
Oh,
What the-
there's the man. I see him.
I can't. You're in the way,
Okay.
Peter.
Alright. Everyone stop moving, please.
I have stopped.
It's, boop.
Where'd everyone else go?
Just a moment.
There we go.
Roll 20 crash.
Yeah, no, this is a giant map, and all these different sources of light are quite taxing.
Yeah.
All right, this
Huge
area.
map.
Let me
Oh,
let me click a thing real quick. Oops, that's not what I needed. That's not what I needed. Silly. This vast hall rests directly beneath the palace's central dome. Its curved walls arch upward to a height of 80 feet above the center of the chamber. Great smoking torches sputter on the walls amid hundreds of hanging skulls, furs, weapons, and other trophies harvested from humans, monsters, and robots alike. Over a dozen wooden feasting tables fill the hall. Looming above it all from an upraised stage is the Sovereign's throne. A vast chair of black-pitted metal surrounded by even more trophies and mounds of tribute. And let me
Oh boy.
speaks to the not so stealthy adventure path.
Mm-hmm.
And there, residing on the adamantine throne, resides the king and black sovereign of Numeria, Kevoth Cool himself. He has barely even noticed, if at all, that you have even stepped in. The palace guards have seemed to take note, the Kelids along here and here, holding tight to their Starfall spades, and the numerous barbarian gargoyles hanging from the rafters all seem to be gnawing on hunks of meat or pieces of hopefully not human as they kind of glance over the area, but they seem more interested in their meals at the moment. There are a few tokens of people amongst the crowd here, but know that there's way more than that amongst them. It's just to signify that this place is very populated. There's a lot of energy and conversation and just noise galore within the area. So, heroes, here's your shot. What are you gonna do? Also, give me upon seeing this fuckboy over here, and these nerds, you notice that they are palace guards as well, but they seem to be a bit more finely armored, and armored for that. Is there someone vibrating? What the hell is that?
Sorry, my phone is on my desk and it's going off.
Yeah, that's Kyle's butt plug going off.
Kevoth Cool seems to be enjoying a drink and just rather taking in the energy and the splendor of the area. It's as if he has he's celebrating some recent victory. And surrounding him are 3 trained armed Vorax just hanging out.
Oh god!
They all kind of like
That's
lean
cool.
into him, and he's petting them happily. And he's shouting down to this fella over here. Can I get a knowledge local to identify this man?
Yeah.
Heck, cool. Is he cool?
DC 23 knowledge local. You have no fucking clue who that is.
You suck.
Yeah, you don't know who that is.
It's obviously Tech McCool. Guys just can't read.
And he is sitting next to an ash giant.
May I try? I have actually knowledge local.
Oh, go for it. DC 23.
Oh.
Man, y'all
Yeah,
suck.
you all have no clue.
I have knowledge of. No, I don't.
Well, heroes, what do?
I would like to look around the room and see if anyone, like maybe possibly this guy over here that looks special, is wearing technically like insignias.
No, you don't.
No one?
Yeah, you don't see any technically insignias anywhere.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, except for the fucking battle guards. Here,
Yeah.
there are 2 battle guard robots that seem to be standing guard, but that's it.
Hmm. And he, from what we know, just a quick recap. From what we know, he's kept like drugged up so that he's susceptible to mind control from the Technically, or
Let's not worry about that because I've just read a bit of this handout that I have for myself, and as soon as you all arrive in the room, let's put you here.
Uh-oh.
Great.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
here.
I don't like this.
A dull roar of feasting quiets as all eyes turn to the strange and unexpected visitors. Without even bothering to rise from his throne, Kevoth Cool then yells across the hall. He says,
Ah, yes, newcomers to the throne room of Numeria. Please, come, step forth. Introduce yourselves.
Oh boy.
What do you all do?
We're so fun. We
I
step
guess-
forward. We step up.
As you are stepping forth, when you get to about here, he says, "And as the rightful ruler of this land, I demand that you, let's see, to know why you thought yourself so important that you would interrupt this feast."
We were not aware there was a feast going on.
Yeah.
We were just kind of ushered up here.
Man,
Fuck
I
it.
just
I got it.
I think-
I'll pull it. I'll RP.
ooh,
I'll
Yeah,
take a
what's
step forward.
Scott, question. Do you
Yeah.
want me to the disguise other spell, or do you want me to keep
He,
it on?
he then says, what is this? Another member of my harem attempting to join its ranks?
I'll pull up to my face and drop. I'll dispel it myself.
That's a bold move, Cotton.
I know it is.
Okay.
don't, no,
Well,
no,
you
please
do
don't.
it. You do it.
I want to see how this plays out.
You do that.
I
The
step
whole
forward and I
area,
say-
everyone in the area, you see a bunch of coming from like the crowd, and these two battle guards, both of them go. They both then finally turn to look at you, but they don't do anything further.
I step forward and say, "My lord, we are not here." What did he first say to us? I had a response to it.
He says, "Come forth, and why do you think yourself important enough to interrupt the feast?" But when you do that, that's unfortunately going to provoke something. Kevoth slams his fist into the fucking iron throne, denting it, and then he looks to you and says, "Magic in my throne room!"
No, fuck.
Oh, fuck.
You now have a
fuck.
negative to the roll you're going to make, but what do you say?
I
Great
say,
job,
"We are not the
Kevoth.
important ones here," and I point to Kevoth and say, "You're more important than anyone else here, and we are here to set you free from the grasp of the Technic League."
Oh no.
Oh,
Give
yeah.
me a diplomacy check with a -8.
I shall,
Oh,
and I will spend my hero point.
Okay,
To
I
have
just
the
want
plus
you to
8
know-
added back.
I just want you to know before you roll it. Before you roll it. God, why did you let the Calistrian fucking RP?
I don't know.
Why did you
man.
let the
We were floundering.
God?
No.
all
We
She spoke up first.
right,
and-
all right, all right, all right, all right, all right.
I'll
The
assist.
DC is going to be 25.
Have a chance.
The
was gonna
diplomacy
say, are
check,
we-
DC 25. You have a -8 to the roll.
What's your
I'm hero
diplomacy?
point. It's a +9. I'm hero pointing before the roll for a +8. So
Okay. So it neutralizes the negative.
damn.
All right.
Mm.
I'll assist.
Mm. Okay. That's not less than 10, so that makes it a 19.
Peter?
I mean, if I can assist and it's automatic, so I mean, yeah, yours is already automatic if you have more than a 10.
Same.
Assisting just happens.
Yeah, yeah.
We-
Which makes it a 21.
And then
And
Isma and Peter also need to assist.
Yeah, I would assist, making it a 23.
Isuma, the socially awkward alien, needs to assist.
Please.
What about the bug? Does the
The
bug have
bug was not going to get a
diplomacy?
roll.
The bug does not have diplomacy.
I will.
Isuma rolls a 17 and assists.
I was about to commit seppuku on the stream.
Trust me, don't worry. He was going to do that for you.
Oh, thank
Kevoth, who's you can Vaughn, your perception is enough to you are sweating fucking bullets when this is happening. You look at Kevoth, his fingers are digging into the adamantine of his chair. Like he's fucking pushing his fucking fingers into the metal.
On sitting here like that.
But you all kind of just say, "Oh yes, no, the greatness of Kevoth, cool. We're here to free." now.
Mm.
Kevoth pauses, and he looks like he's about to fucking scream as a vein bulges out of his forehead. He takes a breath and then laughs.
Good. Please, step forward. Offer tribute before joining the feast, if you would. I must say, I am impressed that you all even attempt such a thing without demanding tribute in return of the doorway. However,
so let's see. Hang on.
Wait, I'm confused. What?
Wait, no, I read this wrong. I'm sorry. My bad. I read a different line.
Oh,
Oh, that's on a bluff check. Okay, that's why it didn't make any fucking sense. My bad. A diplomacy check was made. He is impressed by you all and opens a laugh and returns relaxing in his chair. He says, okay, there's two different ways this can go. Who wants to roll?
Kyle.
Fuck.
Kyle, give me a die
What do you
2.
Oh.
Odd or even.
1 die 2.
Oh boy.
Oh, you're a lucky motherfucker. All right. He relaxes back in his chair and he says,
You may join the feast without offering a tribute. Now go before you bore me further.
and with that, everything seems to be relaxing a bit. As the people around are continuing their, like, oh, okay, yeah, they begin continuing talking and eating and feasting.
Taryn is so confused on what to do with his hands.
The Orem Vorax then kind of just relax, but they don't stop looking at you. Except this one, because he's getting ear scratches.
Oh. I
So
want to say boy, but fuck those things.
very confused. Maybe Vaughn's like maybe there's something supposed to happen at the feast. Maybe it's best to just sit down, eat for now, and wait. We don't know. We were not aware of this. We don't know what's going on here.
That's not a bad idea. If they bring out the drugs, then we're gonna have to put the smack down. As in,
Kevoth then calls out,
Do you have something to say? Why are you still here? I dismissed you.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
go
well-
sit, I suppose.
Yeah, let's go sit.
Where are we sitting? Right here? Okay.
Yeah, let's just pick a close spot. I'm gonna sit over here, Peter.
yeah, try,
come on,
don't
Taryn's
do it one square at a time in this instance. Just move yourself to where you want to end up, because it's gonna lag the app.
Fuck, Taryn has to speak up when he says that.
Okay.
The chaotic good in me has to.
Oh.
About
Taryn, well, he's like, I'm about to move with my companions, and I stop and I turn on my heel, and I give I drop to one knee, and I say, "Great Lord, great Black Sovereign of Numeria, I beseech your aid. Out there in the streets, the Technic League is running rampant, murdering and pillaging through your fair and innovative city. And they are doing so without any repercussion. They assume that they are the rightful sovereigns of this place. And the people, your people, have suffered
Boring.
under far too long.
You can stop talking now.
Oh,
You seem to be a man confident with his words. Who are you? What is your name?
I say, my name is Dr. Taryn Gates, Professor of Archaeologies and Magical Artifacts from Magnamar University.
You see an overwhelming aura of boredom come over this guy. He says, when you say this, Kevoth puts down his drink, finally.
Wow.
And he says,
So, a talker comes into my court, interrupts my feast, provides no tribute whatsoever to the King of Numeria, and then makes demands of the King of Numeria.
you then start hearing stone on stone as he grinds his teeth behind his fucking jaw. And he says,
And you would bore me with this.
I'll tell you what. I'll allow one method of making up for this,
One method, one way of entertaining me. Guards, kill them.
And that is where we're going to bring this episode of Pathfinder's Adventure Path, Iron Gods, Chapter 5, The Palace of Fallen Stars, to an end for this week.
Way to go, Kyle.
I had to!
Aaron had to open his big fat mouth.
I love it.
Good of Taryn is just like, wait, this isn't right.
Wait, did you have to?
Yeah, you
On
did.
that very second?
Anyway,
Yeah.
a moment. It is at this time I would like to thank my wonderful 4 players, Maddie Thompson, piloting Peter Hastings. Thank you for joining us on this evening. and having a fun little emotional dilemma on the ground floor. That was entertaining. Thank you very much, Scott, for piloting Sarah and almost ending the party a moment ago.
You're welcome.
Chaz, thank you for playing as Vaughn and magicking your way and helping the party getting to where they are at the moment.
Yeah.
And having a cohort that allowed that diplomacy to be able to pull off.
Only for me to ruin it.
Kyle, thank you so much for having Taryn make up where Sarah failed and ensuring that the party comes to an end.
Look, man.
It's okay. It's
Why'd you have to
okay.
open your mouth?
Like,
And it's at this point we'd like to ask anyone watching, if you like what you saw, hit the like button. If you want to subscribe and see more of what we got going on and see the party get fucking murdered next Tuesday, please hit the subscribe button. And if you have any commentary of what the fucking any of the players have been doing or what they should do or any just funny little things you can say, please leave a comment. We love reading them. It's always fun. But with all that out of the way, I would just like to say good night, everybody. Say good night, everyone. Bye.
Good night, everybody. Have a beautiful time.
Beautiful day.